Through the scope. This is Quise.
B.
E.
Thank y'all for everybody that's been rocking with the channel, man. Like, subscribe. We appreciate all the love that we've been getting today, man. So we're going to jump into this topic today, man. We're going to cover the relationship or the conundrum or the issue that's been arising. Where you have these shows, right? Well, the two things we're going to talk about is, can you have integrity in sports entertainment in this era?
Depends on what you're talking about, integrity.
Because even when you date back to a couple of months ago when Stephen A was arguing with the lovely lady on First Take, right?
Oh, MNL?
Yep.
Yeah.
And Monica, and then the other lady too as well. Sorry, forgetting her name, but they was arguing with her, and they had that discussion, right? And Stephen A was like, "Yo, the dollars, man. Like, you know, they talk about what brings in the money, what brings the views, what brings the sponsors, whatever, right?
Right.
And she was talking about, look, no, I'm not going to sacrifice my integrity to say a thing a certain way or to discuss something that in a certain way to draw anger or drama and stuff like that, right?
They're bringing the money, right? Seriously.
But if we take the whole thing in the scope,
it's been doing that.
That model has been the model.
Yeah, it's been doing it the entire time.
For sports entertainment forever.
Right, that's what feeds people.
People love
money. Yeah.
You're talking to Mike, he can't talk now.
Yeah.
But people love drama.
Right.
Drama's what brings
feeds the hunger.
Brings the views, brings the
but the atmosphere changed.
Did it?
Yes. Want to know why?
With what?
Because before in media, you had people who were speaking about sports were literally media people mostly. Mm-hmm. As years progressed, you had actual people who played the sport at a professional level come out now and start becoming media. Mm-hmm. And now they're trying to bring their integrity of the game to the media.
But I don't think they bring their integrity of the game.
Some do, some don't. Some do, some don't. I'm not saying every player or everybody that made that transition brings that. Okay. But some players who now transition into sports commentary are still trying to keep that integrity of the sport when they're talking about their commentary.
But then sometimes they limit it, right? Because people seem them to be more biased than they see a Stephen A or a Skip and all that, because they're like, oh, you played with these guys, of course you're going to say that. Or
of course they don't challenge their friends.
They feel like, so they automatically kind of dismiss certain rhetoric.
Certain narratives of it, certain narratives, right?
Not knowing that, Stephen A and them, they got quotas and stuff too. They got the inside. You already know how I feel. I don't believe most of the stuff they report. Like I see the lies that don't come true, and I see the stuff that do come true. But I'm not, it's people that just see reports and automatically believe these guys.
They always gotta make things fit their narrative.
Yeah, it's about drama and headlines. It's about headlines.
Right.
Like,
so you gotta make it fit your narrative.
Y'all got all these sources for real. All y'all got know these sources. Y'all all know a close friend of the family.
Right.
That's always. I'm not rolling with that. So, but if you're talking about that in general, the landscape of it is, again, they're going to talk about the things that are going to bring in the ratings.
Right.
It's capitalism.
Supposed to do. Right.
It's about capitalism.
Yeah, okay.
So can you have integrity with that? Because you were just complaining off camera about the coverage Bronny gets.
Yeah.
But that's a part of they're doing what they're supposed to do.
I know, but it irritates my soul.
They're milking the cow. That's what
but it irritates my soul because, to me, all right, I know that's the conundrum that you're in, because that's what they're going to do.
Right. They're supposed to do it.
Right.
It's working.
Because they're trying to bring in the viewership and everything with it, and everything that comes with that.
Right.
But they make it too obvious now. See, before it wasn't as obvious.
Right.
It wasn't as like out in your face, like we doing this, and like you should be able to see, like you can see that we're doing this.
Right.
It was a little bit more strategic. It was a little bit more undertone. Now they're just blatantly doing it and just pissing me off, because it's like you're over exaggerating these certain situations to the point that we're like, dog, it's not like no. They did a normal, smart, typical basketball move that every player out there on the field should be able to make if you're playing the sport.
Right.
But when you telling me that was the greatest thing you ever seen, or he did a great did you see that great cut in this great layup? No, he did a decent backdoor cut and made a basic under the rim layup. It's just over exaggerated to me. But like you said, they're doing it to bring in the tech. Like they do it with Bronny, they definitely do it with Caitlyn. Like they just doing it all over the place right now.
Right. Again, right. Like you said, they doing it with Caitlyn too as well.
Right.
In your situation, and think about all those draft picks who, went higher than Bronny and is actually doing really good in the summer league.
You don't hear anything about
he's not
him.
right. They don't get as much coverage as he get.
Right.
But I think it's up to the consumer to be smarter. Like y'all feed what they're doing.
People are sheep.
Right.
Yeah, by giving them the views and commenting.
People are sheep.
They love that.
People are sheep because they like the drama.
Right. It seems like it's more people that want to hear that than it doesn't. Because I'm the type that I turn. I don't ever click on it because I don't want to hear it.
Because if you don't champion that, you're called a hater. That's like the new norm now. If you don't champion somebody or you're hyping somebody up, regardless of how mediocre what they may have did, if you're not hyping it up, you're considered a hater or somebody that doesn't support that person. No, I'm just being truth and keeping the integrity of the sport and keeping the integrity of what I'm saying.
Facts.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, as a viewer and as a fan and as a person that plays sports, I'm going to always.
But that's what they want from you. Because your best course of action is no reaction.
Right.
But the reaction they're getting from you is what they want.
I know they want
any type of emotion, right?
Yeah.
So if it spawns you to sit in front of a camera and tell them how mad you are, that's a win.
They won.
That's a win.
I know they won.
But in turn to that, it's making you feel a certain way about Bronny.
It's turning making you a hater of him. You're not really a hater.
And he ain't even doing that.
Right.
You're not asking to be covered.
Right.
You're not asking to be covered, right?
I said the same thing we had on conversation about Caitlyn. Like they making you not root for her, even though she's not doing anything personally to do anything for you not to root for her.
Right. They trying to put them two against each other, Angel and Caitlyn.
Right. I'm
making you choose. Making you want to choose.
Right. And it's the hype up. It's like dog. Like I like the girl. I want to see her succeed, but y'all gotta stop. Like it just irritates my head when I see that.
Well, because when I had to do something, I was doing some research into this, right?
Right.
Because I do think, obviously, to get to what they're talking about, right? To what Monica and them and Monica and other people have expressed this too as well, right? Like, you got to get to a point where the masses' mind has to be reprogrammed.
Okay.
Right? You got to reprogram the same cycle of stuff that they do. This is a cycle that ESPN does. They create rumors. They act like the consumers created it, and then they debate it. It's the same three things they always do. They'll make up something like a rumor, and they're like, "Man, I think Kyrie said, I think the Suns owner about to trade KD." You don't hear that from nowhere.
Right.
KD said, "Ain't none of that happening."
Right. Suns
but they already debating it for 2 straight days about KD getting traded.
Right. And Suns we already said we running it back.
Right. That's what I'm saying though. But that's what they do. They create the rumors, debate it, and then they discuss it
and create controversy around it.
Right.
Yep.
But now, if you're talking about, because the WNBA now is rising. They are looking for coverage just as much as the NBA gets coverage. But can you actually cover them? Can you actually cover them with the way sports entertainment is today? Like where you got to play a character.
Yes.
Skip Bayless is a character. Stephen A is a character. Shannon Sharp's a character.
It's working. It's working.
But you got to watch what you say.
Right. Can you really cover them when you really got to watch what you say?
He just got in trouble for even though it's not the sport, we're saying something about Meg Thee Stallion. You know what I mean? Shannon got in trouble for that.
But let's keep it on sports, though.
I'm just saying, as far as you got to watch what you say as a sportscaster. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but just saying, like, we talking about, like, discussing the WNBA.
Right, the women. I'm just saying, talking about women, period.
You can't critique certain things because that's what they're going to catch you on.
But it's a way they do it already. Like, it's not a woman bashing thing for them to say something about a player. They do it to the men all the time, right?
Right.
They question men's character.
You're talking about double standard now.
Hold on, let me go right.
Shot selection,
they question their character. They make up rumors about them.
Right.
They debate those rumors.
Right.
Yep.
They're even, wherever line y'all stand, do y'all think them even, this connects them when they bring up LeBron and Bronny?
Yeah.
And they kind of criticize the way he goes about or parenting Bronny and how marketing Bronny. Do y'all think that's a line too far?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. All right. Just stop there.
But at the same time, you put that out there.
All right, cool. All right, see that there, right? If you asking for the same coverage, they gonna get into that. They not gonna change the model just for you.
Right,
right. If you want that attention.
So you can't, Stephen A can't say like, he sees something about AJ Wilson and he go off on a rumor like she want to get traded or she's not coachable. Yeah, you can't say she hate women. You can't say he hate women,
right? Because
he doing his job. He doing his media job. They do that with all sports,
right?
But should it be that way? Should they even be doing that to begin with?
Well, no, they shouldn't. But it's like you said, it's been the formula since sports commentary started. It's been working.
Right.
Like if you go away, you can go all the way back to the 80s and 90s with all the rumors that we used to hear that we didn't even get all the coverage over because we didn't have social media and everything to cover that. So all you had to go on was what those commentators and people on the TV were saying.
Right. And they know if it was true or not.
They know it was true or not. You know if they made it up or they just made some story up. And most of the time we ran with it because we had no other way to combat it. So that's always been the formula to if any type of rumor, drama, and then everything came
now
up.
Look at it, no harm, no foul, nobody got hurt.
Right. So in the same aspect, in this thing, like if you want, like as far as the WNBA, like if you want to bring out and bring fandom to a sport or to something, you got to create controversy and entertainment around it.
So you telling them to play ball?
Huh?
If they want to cover, you telling them to play ball? Like you got the game? Are you saying the game is the game?
The game is the game. I'm not telling them to play ball. I never said that.
But you're saying the game is the game.
The game is the game.
Right.
The game is the game. You want if you want
it's
the
not
cover,
going to never change.
Right now, you want now by all means, if you think you have a way of changing it,
go for it.
Go for exactly. I'm all for it because I'm more on the integrity side anyway. Mm-hmm. But as far as the media machine. You want that media machine to bump you up? You got to play the game with the media machine.
Right.
I mean,
Stephen A. say everything about you.
Right.
I mean, Stephen A's made himself a very rich man because of, what he does. But on the flip side of that, it's dudes that don't get paid as much as him, but they're the highest paid there. And they don't really do it. Like Mike Greenberg is pretty high paid. I don't see him do that. Like he don't really play that type of game.
But
like that character.
But he's never had that character. That's what I'm saying. You got
he got far without it.
He
got far without it.
He's gotten far without it, but who? But
a lot of times I don't take stock in what he say anyway because a lot of times he don't even watch the games.
Right.
He don't even be watching. He go about what his crew puts on the paper and gives him what to say.
I was about to say that.
Mike Greenberg's pretty good. I don't see how.
I'm telling you, he's not watching. He even admitted. Like even when it came to voting, he's not watching the games that.
No, none of them entertainers watch the game. They too busy. So it's not him. None of them watch it. Stephen A. don't watch it. Charles Barkley don't watch it. Shaq don't watch it. But none of them watch it.
But what happens is when you have people who have created these characters or these type of media personalities, that's what's gotten them to the point to where they're at now.
Right.
You're not going to tell somebody. You're not going to tell somebody to switch up their formula now just because they're covering one separate sport now that they wasn't covering as hard before.
Right.
So that's not going to change.
I'm saying other people have shown you there's ways to do it.
But other people are not getting that. Even they may have gotten the money aspect of it, but they're not getting the media attention. They're not getting the social media attention.
Stephen A. has the most cash out of everybody.
Right. So in that aspect, he's bringing both the social media aspect to it, the regular media, right? He's bringing all that to the sport. So you got to, if you're going to play that game, you got to play the game with the people who's going to bring more to it, as opposed to the people who's doing it the old way with the old system.
And that's why Max got fired. Well, Stephen A. said he felt like Max ain't had a cachet that he
had a cachet.
He said, "How you standing next to me, and I got more cachet than you? Like how when I look on the socials and the engagement, your name isn't ringing bells.
Right
now, Shannon name be ringing bells." Shannon getting millions of views on his own.
He don't need Stephen A. He got his podcast. He got the podcast with him and Ocho.
Even before he was on Disputed, he had his own cachet.
Right. The stuff he was saying was bringing more people in. Like it's just the way
Max
it is.
Max took an approach where he wasn't really outlandish with his takes. He had some here and there. Like he had a couple here and there.
He was very basic,
but he was more analytical, factual based. No really character about it. He was straightforward. I'm not here for the entertainment.
Yeah, I'm here to just spit the facts. Right, I'm here for the facts. Right,
and they got him out of here.
Right, I mean, you would think that might have worked because you got the one with the character and one with the animal. They like, I need more of that. But
we need you another skip.
But you can't I will always champion the integrity part. But as far as if you want to bring attention to what you're doing, you can't do it. You can't do it just off integrity alone. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Unfortunately,
it's definitely not going to work.
It's the way the game has been played. It's
the
not
way the world is.
Right. It's just
drama sells.
It's just not going to work. So.
Drama sells.
Always, but the problem is they're not covering all the drama. But I've already talked about that. They're not covering all the drama. All the drama that's going on.
It do go hand in hand too, though, right? Because no matter what you say about the media, the way they cover and the way they do it has led to the NBA and these players to get paid to what they get paid.
Absolutely.
Those TV deals, those sponsors, that 24/7 coverage the NBA gets. No other sport got that.
Yeah,
and that's why the NBA is able to thrive everywhere else.
Like nobody season you still talking about
them. Exactly. No other sport got that coverage.
Right.
And it's because they make up, they create, not even gonna say they make up everything, but they create headlines, they exhaust them to no means. And like they just keep going, right? So that 24/7 news cycle, while you might not like it, because that 24/7 cycle, you know, it has led to these guys getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it goes hand in hand.
Household names.
It goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
I think the women do this. You know, if we go to the WN aspect, they do deserve getting more coverage.
Right, but
it's like
that's gonna come with the more coverage.
Right,
that's absolutely gonna come
and negative. Right, you got to take the good with the bad. You got to take the good with the bad. I can't stand the fact that's always been my argument with everything that they've been trying to champion. You want the good, but you want to act like the bad can't come with it. No, you got to take both with what comes with that. You want all this media attention. We want to build the sport up. You know, build women's basketball, women's sports all together up. Mm-hmm. You're going to catch some of these strays from these dudes taking attacks at your sports, at your integrity, at the way you play the game, at the mistakes that you might have made out there that might seem minor, but yeah, we're going to highlight them. Because that's what commentaries do.
And call you names, everything we're gonna talk about.
Right, like we did it for the listen, everybody says equality, right? We always talk about equality. Yeah. We do it for the men, we gonna do it for the women. Yep. It's just the way it's gonna be across the board.
Yep. Yeah, it's there. It gotta be like that across the board. The issue is though you got new fans of the WNBA.
They don't know what the heck they talking about.
Right. They don't and you know, not even saying new fans too, but most of the WNBA fans are women, right? A lot of them are women.
Not now, not before.
No, I'm saying now most of them are women, right?
Right.
They're not used to the coverage other sports get. They don't pay attention to what football and baseball and all that get. So they don't know that's how they get talked about.
Unless you have somebody that's a
you don't know that's what the NBA, how they do the NBA. So when you hear that, you think it's an attack on the players, but that's how they been doing it.
No, it's right. New. That's how they been, but that also came from this sensitivity era that we in, where you can't say nothing about somebody without somebody feeling like it's an attack.
Like you said, you're a hater.
Right, you're a hater, or you just trying to be you're giving honest to good criticism about something, but it's an attack. It's triggering. Right. You're insensitive. Stop. That's the generation that we have cultivated over the years.
Can we all just get along?
Right. That's it's almost like you can't say nothing bad. Anything bad is wrong.
Right.
So that's what comes with these news fandoms, but they gonna learn. you gonna learn.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
But I think that's gonna always that could stifle that progress that they may be looking to get, because you try to look for integrity in the business that really don't got nothing. You're not saying there ain't no integrity in the business, but just saying that there's a way to do it, right? A lot of people that want to control the narrative, they get podcasts. Mm-hmm. That's where you get to control your narrative, say whatever you want, without having the big wigs.
Right, but that's the problem. That's the problem. Everybody got a podcast now, where you can make up your own narrative.
And whatever podcast you got, not gonna have a bigger platform than ESPN. So it's like your message might not get all the way out there like you want.
Right,
but that's probably the only way you got to go.
Keep fighting. Listen, I'm a champion of the integrity. Keep fighting for it. But in this media,
when money's involved,
when money's involved, you're fighting an uphill battle. Mm-hmm. You're fighting a very uphill battle.
Yep. So this is To The Scope, man. Let us know what y'all think in the comments. We appreciate everybody that's rocking with us. Hit the subscribe, like, peace.